In a vast and dense forest, there lived a young lion named Leo. He was not like the other lions in his pride. While most lions roared proudly, commanding respect and admiration, Leo's roar was small and weak. Whenever he tried to roar, it came out more like a croak. This made him feel different and out of place. He began to believe he was worthless because he couldn't roar like the others. The other animals in the forest whispered about Leo behind his back. "What kind of lion is that?" they would say. "A lion that can't roar is no lion at all." Hearing this made Leo feel even smaller. He often hid in the shadows, avoiding others, his head hanging low in shame. One day, as Leo sat alone by the riverbank, feeling sorry for himself, an old tortoise named Taro approached him. Taro was known throughout the forest for his wisdom and keen observations. He had seen generations of animals come and go and had learned much about the ways of the world. Taro noticed Leo's sadness and asked, "Why do you sit here looking so defeated, young lion?" Leo sighed and replied, "Because I am not like the others. I can't roar. What good is a lion that can't even roar? I must be worthless." Taro listened patiently and then said, "Young lion, do you believe your worth is defined solely by your roar? Is there nothing more to you than that?" Leo thought for a moment but couldn't find an answer. He had always believed that a lion's worth came from his powerful roar, his strength, and his ability to lead the pride. Without those qualities, what was he? Seeing Leo's confusion, Taro offered a suggestion. "Come with me on a journey. There is something I want to show you. Perhaps you will find the answers you seek along the way." Reluctantly, Leo followed Taro. They walked deep into the forest, traveling through thick woods, over hills, and across rivers. They encountered many challenges along the way: wild storms, deep ravines, and predators. Through every obstacle, Leo noticed how Taro moved calmly and wisely, taking each step with purpose. Leo, too, had to find his own way through these challenges, using his agility, his keen senses, and his strength to navigate. As they journeyed, Leo began to grow stronger. He learned to leap across wide chasms, to find hidden paths through the thicket, and to be alert to the dangers around them. Yet still, he had not discovered his roar. After days of travel, they reached the foot of a great mountain. At its base was a cave, dark and mysterious. Taro turned to Leo and said, "Inside this cave lies a treasure, but it is guarded by your fears. Only you can face what is within and discover the true treasure that lies inside." Trembling, Leo hesitated. "But what if I fail?" he asked. "What if I am not strong enough?" Taro smiled gently. "Strength is not always about the loudness of a roar, but the courage to face what lies ahead. You have journeyed far, young lion. Now it is time to find the treasure within yourself." Taking a deep breath, Leo stepped into the cave. Inside, it was pitch dark. His heart raced as he moved cautiously forward, feeling his way along the cold stone walls. Suddenly, he heard a growl echoing through the cave. His fear surged up within him, and he felt like turning back. But then he remembered Taro's words. Strength is the courage to face what lies ahead. Gathering his courage, Leo moved forward, confronting his fear with every step. The growls grew louder, but he pressed on. After what felt like hours, Leo saw a glimmer of light ahead. He followed it until he reached the end of the cave, where he found a large, clear pool of water reflecting the light from a crack in the ceiling. When Leo looked into the pool, he saw his reflection staring back at him. For the first time, he truly saw himself. He didn't see a lion who couldn't roar. He saw a lion who had traveled through the forest, crossed ravines, and braved the darkness of the cave. He saw his strength, his courage, his perseverance. In that moment, Leo realized that the treasure he had been searching for was not a roar. It was his inner strength, the unique qualities that made him who he was. Suddenly, he felt a surge of energy within him. He opened his mouth, and for the first time let out a deep, powerful roar that echoed through the cave and out into the forest. It wasn't the roar of others. It was his own, filled with his journey, his struggles, and his triumph. Leo emerged from the cave, standing tall and proud. Taro waited outside, a knowing smile on his face. "You have found your treasure, haven't you?" he asked. "Yes," Leo replied. "I have discovered that my worth is not in how I compare to others, but in who I am and what I have overcome. I am strong, not because of my roar, but because of my heart, my courage, and my journey." Taro nodded. "Remember this, young lion. Every creature has a treasure within, but it is often buried beneath layers of doubt and fear. Your worth is not defined by what you lack, but by what lies within you." From that day forward, Leo walked with his head high, proud of who he was. He no longer felt the need to compare his roar to others. He had found his own unique strength, and that made him powerful beyond measure. Moral of the story: just like Leo, each of us has an inner treasure, a unique set of qualities and strengths that make us who we are. It's easy to compare ourselves to others and feel inadequate, but our true value is found in our journey, our courage, and our perseverance. We should never disvalue ourselves based on what we think we lack. Instead, we must embrace our inner strengths and recognize that we are valuable just as we are. Your worth lies not in comparison, but in the treasure that is uniquely you.